Thank you very much, and thank you, Administrator Regan, for being with us today. And I'm going to come at the RFS as well as a method of relief for our consumers this summer. Maybe a little bit different than Senator Lummis, but with the gas prices that are sky high out there, and the administration stating they want to do absolutely everything they can to bring down the cost to our consumers. E15 actually is the most affordable, or often the most affordable option that exists for consumers at the pump. And so, Administrator, are you going to allow for E15 to be sold this summer like it has over the past 3 summers, or will this low-cost option be eliminated during our summer months?
I think that the President has indicated correctly that we're looking at all of the tools in our toolbox. We are currently evaluating what flexibilities we have around E15. This is a conversation that I and Secretary Vilsack have been having quite a bit as of late. And so I can tell you that we are evaluating what Clean Air Act authorities we have to potentially take advantage of E15.
Well, and I hope that we are able to do that. I do believe that I think ethanol was trading maybe a dollar lower than just straight up gas. So I know that that would be a considerable savings to our consumers as they're filling up their vehicles. And then, Administrator Regan, we are already seeing broad, costly policies which are being implemented by this administration, I believe, on an unjustified basis, which is increasing energy costs on American families, harming our international economic competitiveness, and placing unnecessary burdens on our nation's taxpayers. We seem to be seeing more of the same coming out of the EPA, with a large target on something near and dear to my heart, agriculture. And I have continually fought for our farmers, and we're now back to the same fight that we've had in the past over the waters of the U.S., the waters of the United States. We're currently waiting on the Supreme Court decision that will really inform the scope of the EPA's jurisdiction. And, Administrator, are you planning on using agency resources on a new WOTUS rulemaking, even though it will likely need to be changed once the Supreme Court comes back with their verdict?
What we've done is we've gone through a rulemaking process already. We are currently continuing our roundtable discussions all around the country with our farmers, with our elected ag officials. The reality is that we are dealing with uncertainty in terms of where the courts have placed us with pre-2015, plus some decisions that people are having to make now. And so what we're going to continue to do, we believe we've done a good job in the rulemaking process, taking into consideration many of the concerns that have been expressed by the ag community and the other side. We're engaging in a regional roundtable now, and we're still on a path to produce some certainty while we see what plays out with the Supreme Court.
So I guess the point would be that we don't want to spend resources on efforts then that would have to be changed later on. So we will continue following WOTUS. And, you know, we have seen you do conversations on the WOTUS rulemaking, I think in Alaska and North Dakota. Can you commit to coming to Iowa as well and having those conversations with our stakeholders as well?
Let me circle back. I know that we are doing regional roundtables. I believe we've chosen 10 states. Let me circle back to see if you're not one of the 10, and if not, I'll chat with our assistant administrator to see what we can do to accommodate that.
Yeah, that would be very helpful, because we do have a lot of stakeholders that were very engaged in a number of the original WOTUS discussions, and we would love that opportunity to visit face-to-face with members of the administration and share our concerns. So overall, of course, we want to make sure that we are unleashing American agriculture and allowing us to feed and fuel the world. And it is very hard when we have burdensome practices, whether it's WOTUS, whether it is changes to the RFS, you name it. We want to make sure that we're able to provide, especially as we see crises in a number of areas around the globe where we may have food insecurities in other nations. This is a time where the United States can really step up and be part of that solution. So thank you, Administrator. I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you. I'll yield back.